Welcome back to another episode of my Tulane Dynasty as we will be hosting the Duke Blue Devils in this one. Coming off of a just massive, epic win against LSU in week one, a game where we were really struggling in the first half. I mean, down 20-7 at halftime. Just kept battling back. Got a touchdown with less than 10 seconds left to win the game. Definitely need to go back and watch it. I mean, it's an all-time game for sure. And there's been a couple of really good games so far in this series, and I think it definitely takes the cake. Um, yeah, it wasn't always a clean performance, but it was a good one, and it was the first game that we had with Alik Manor at wide receiver, the transfer in from Stanford, and he just put on a clinic, a 10 catch, 198-yard performance. Mario Williams with a good day as well, found the end zone, but it was essentially those two and Hughes were the entire offense. Defense played well for the most part. Can't really complain about that. I think it was more of the offensive struggles that kind of led to us falling behind. I thought the defense played well. But yeah, we're taking on Duke this week. They are 0-2 on the season. Let's take a look at how their season has started. They are not a very good team. They are much lower ranked than we are. They lost to Ball State in week one, got blown out 35-7, and then got beat at home by Illinois. So, and got blown out in that one. So this is a Duke team that is off to a very bad start so far this year. We'll take a look at the roster. They do have a talented quarterback in Malik Murphy with a transfer over from Texas. Got to play some for them a couple of years ago. But so Malik Murphy is a pretty well overrated quarterback. Not overrated, but a pretty well rated quarterback. Sorry. Former 4-star. They were 1-11 last year. He was fine. I mean, a little over 3,000 yards, a decent touchdown to interception ratio, decently accurate. The yards per attempt is not overly high. Didn't add as much value on the ground as I would have thought. Because he is a pretty solid athlete, really agile. Got a cannon. I mean, a 95 throw power. Got really good accuracies. Good throw under pressure. But he doesn't have a whole lot of help around him. So as we move over to running back, they have Travis Bates, Marquise Collins, and Karan Boyd. Just nothing really overly special. I mean, they're okay, but it's like this is a worse running back room than what we have for sure. At wide receiver, you have Spencer Jones, a fast player with good size, so a height, weight, speed guy. Jake Taylor behind him, another really big wide receiver, but not a great athlete. Definitely more of like a spec catch, kind of role player. But yeah, not a great athlete, so he's not going to get a whole lot of separation. Got Brett Stinson here, redshirt freshman. Is okay, has some potential. And got Derek Parker Bragg as the 4 with Kiki Russo, who I know is their like kick and punt returner. True freshman, really good, like top end speed, but it takes him a minute to get there. So see if he gets used any on offense. At tight end, they got a pretty solid player here in Jeremiah Hasley. Uh, More of a possession type for sure. Good catch. Route running is okay. Got good catch in traffic, just not overly athletic. And it's a very similar situation here to Vance Bollard, who is given the vertical threat tendency, but I mean they're essentially the same player. He's a little bit better of a short route runner here than Hasley is. Moving over to the offensive line, left tackle Ron Edwards, just okay as a redshirt junior. Justin Pickett's a very good left guard, probably the best player on the entire team. Center, they have Howie Jarrett. They have like no depth here. And it is a large drop off here at right tackle as it is true freshman, or excuse me, right guard, as it is Bryce Harris. Wouldn't shock me if they use maybe Doris here at right guard, because that's a void. A bunch of true freshmen, none of them are really ready to play. What was Harris? A 3-star, I'm guessing? 2-star prospect, okay. Right tackle, they would normally have a really good starter here in Brian Parker, but he is hurt with a torn labrum. He's out a couple of more weeks. So again, we get a pretty big drop off here to Glenn Weber, who's an okay tackle though, and Aaron Buckhalter behind him. So one of these guys is probably also going to be playing a right guard between these two and the backup left tackle. Moving over to the defense, they're missing Kobe Smith, a very, very highly rated redshirt freshman. He has got a dislocated ankle, which certainly hurts. Something seems kind of wrong with him. 195 pounds at left end. Okay. Something does not seem right with that. Wesley Williams will instead be the starter here at left end. It's a big drop off here to David Baher. Doubt he's going to play at all. Right in here, they have Kevin O'Connor, Devin Reed. Then we start getting to some of these lower rated freshmen like Josh Page. They do have a sophomore here in Kylie Yazzie, but pretty significant drop off is definitely going to be these top two guys. They don't have a whole lot of talented in depth. They do have some defensive tackles that could maybe maneuver around. Anderson is a little on the big side for, a defensive end, depending if they're running a 3-4 scheme or a 4-3. Terry Simmons Jr. and Preston Watson could definitely, 271 could definitely play some on the edge for them. Rico Best is not a bad freshman defensive tackle here they have, but then it starts to drop down again to McCargo and Donnerson. So just not an overly talented front. Move over to the linebacker, you have junior Jeremiah Newell, and then a couple of freshmen behind him, and Azalea and Null. Middle linebacker, really good player here in Nick Morris. Not the best athlete, but just a really good player. High awareness, good pursuit, and a good zone coverage guy. So a good player there for sure. And then behind him, they have Julius Morgan is solid. Derek Brown Jr. is a sophomore, is solid. And then they got Memorable Factor. What a name that is. Here's a senior that's a good athlete, but probably not going to see the field a ton. So they got two good guys here to build around for the future, and they got, of course, Morris is definitely the linchpin of the defense right now. Trey Freeman, Kendall Johnson, and Lorenzo Lashley here at right outside linebacker. Cornerback, Chandler Rivers is an impact player, very high overall. The typical smaller, speedy, agile cornerback. Definitely see how much he maybe lines up against Mario Williams. Does he go up against Aya Manor? Which one is he really going up against? Got Sherwin McKee behind him, Kamari Robinson, Monte Lowry, and Musa Kane. This is, I would say, definitely the best room on the entire team from top to bottom. I mean, it's a very solid group with a mixture of youth and experience. Free safety, they have Deshaun Stone, Chris Flowers, Chad Bayer, and Leon Griffin. All really solid players. Strong safety is going to be Kenzie Paul. I doubt Dylan Kenyon plays much at all. Kicker, they got a good one here in Todd Polino. And punter, they got Cade Reynoldson. So we are certainly trying to take the momentum from the LSU game, taking that home with us, taking on an ACC opponent that's 0-2, trying to come away with a victory here. Again, Duke went 1-11 last year. It's a battle of academic schools. One of them looks like it's going to be a better football team. We'll just rock, actually, let's see what maybe fun uniform they have. Yeah, we'll keep their basics. I think, see, I'm definitely not going to go the alternate. We'll go all green. We are taking a trip back home, first home game of year 2, just the second game of the season But coming off of a big win against LSU in week 1, definitely looking forward to see if we can keep up this momentum against a Blue Devils team that, at least on paper, appears very overmatched. But your Tulane Green Wave come out to a packed stadium. The crowd has definitely gotten better since the early stages of season 1. Being ranked 17th certainly helps with that. And trying to make sure we get the home standard back up. Just went 4-2 at home last year. The 2 games we lost in the regular season were both at home. We were undefeated on the road. But yeah, Lewis is back to take the kickoff. Lewis has excellent speed. Only takes it up to the 17 as Coach Brown's Green Wave offense is coming out. And we take a look at Iron Manor. A 10-catch, 198-yard performance in week 1. Let's see how they start off here against this Blue Devils defense. Mario Williams takes the touch pass on the first play, able to get outside of Rivers there, cuts it back inside. An outstanding first play of the game, 21 yards for Mario Williams. Trying to get him involved early. Now out to a 3 wide receiver set. Thompson takes the snap. It's a screen to Mario Williams. 2 plays, 2 catches for him. Takes that one for a gain of 5. Let's see. 3 wide receiver set. Ballman in at tight end. Mekhi Hughes had a 3 touchdown day against LSU in the backfield, and it does go to Hughes. First carry of the day. Takes it for a gain of 4. It's a 3rd and 1. Now a 4 wide receiver set as Green comes out for the first time. Thompson takes the snap. It's a carry to Hughes. Gets a gain of 4 or 5 there. And gets the first down. 4 wide receiver set here again for Thompson. Takes the snap. He's going to get this RPO out to Preston. Able to kind of work around the defender there. Makes the gain of 7. They're off to a fast start here for Tulane. Thompson takes the snap. He'll try to dump this one out wide. Caught by Hughes, and he's able to get up the field. As a linebacker there, not able to make a play. Nick Morris just didn't have the speed to get out there. Thompson now, Clayton Johnson beside him. It's a snap. They set up the screen to Clayton Johnson. Gets a block, spins around that defender, takes that for a first down before he is tackled down. Mekhi Hughes now back out here. It's a 1st and goal from the 8. It's a carry to Hughes. Spins his way in for a short gain there. It's a 2nd and 4. Thompson now for a wide receiver set again. Got 3 guys over here with Iron Manor. Thompson takes the snap. They're still going to try to fit it into Iron Manor, but that one is dropped down. Thought he maybe have leverage on that throw. 3rd and goal now from the 4. Thompson takes the snap. Trying to scramble around to his right. He breaks the tackle. He's going to take it into the end zone. Ty Thompson with his first rushing touchdown of the season after really utilizing his legs for a bunch of scores last year. Able to just break the tackle from that defensive end trying to chase him down. And after that, was able to skate up and take it in. Who is this on the pressure? Wesley Williams. Just not quite able to bring Thompson down. Thompson then turns it into a touchdown. First of the season. And Hyman's kick is up and it's good. 7-0 lead here for Tulane early. That's Malik Murphy in this Duke offense. Should be able to come out here. Russo, the freshman, takes it out. Got an excellent speed, but he's brought down at the 14. Not having their starting right tackle is definitely not good for Duke. This is a Tulane defensive line that did not get a whole lot of pressure last week. Malik Murphy comes out in the shotgun, and it is a carry on first down to Travis Bates. He is brought down. Malik Murphy, it's a handoff again here to Bates. Going to make it a 3rd and 1. That ball is going to be read perfectly by Chris Rogers. That's a touchdown. Pick 6 for the maybe most athletic player on the entire team. They called a man defense. Rogers read that to perfection. Malik Murphy is picked off in his first pass attempt of the day, and Tulane is already up multiple scores. Really nice read there by Chris Rogers. Throwing the little swing pass, able to duck underneath. Picks it off and takes it back for a score. Carroll's kickoff is away. Tulane's going to get, Duke's going to get the ball right back at least. Russo takes it out again, brought down at the 16. So far, LSU was able to run the ball well, and Bates is off to a decent start here on his first 3 carries. The defensive front was looking more like something I thought would be a good pass rushing unit. Maybe will struggle some against the run, but also playing against an excellent running back in Durham last week with a good LSU offensive line. It's a 3rd and 4 here. Malik Murphy, as Duke continues to run this hurry up 3 wide receiver set. It is a drop back to pass. And he's going to get sacked. Quincy Wiggins, the transfer from Colorado that had 14 sacks there, gets his first and the first of the year for Tulane. As Duke is going to have to punt it away. And it is off. Lewis going to call for the fair catch. As we now have Tulane back out on offense, and they do come out in a 4 wide receiver set. It's a run for Hughes, but he is brought down there pretty quickly. Thompson takes the snap. He's just going to dump this over to Mario Williams. Williams able to use his speed, and he takes that for a first down somehow. Thompson, it's a snap. Thompson's just going to scramble, slides down and gain a 9. Offense has been very, very efficient in the early going, the double stack wide receiver look. It's just going to be a carry to Hughes, but an excellent play there by David Anderson, able to get off the block. Sets up a 3rd and 4. Thompson takes the snap, quickly gets that to Mario Williams, who tries to use his blockers. Makes a big play. 4 catches for him for 55 yards. Really opening up the playbook to get Williams the ball a lot early in this one. Thompson takes the snap. That's going to be the first catch for Eilmaner, who had the huge game against LSU. Thompson takes the snap. Going to try to dump this off to his tight end, but it's a bad pass there for Thompson. Thompson takes the snap. Going to just try to scramble out. He's going to try to throw that off to Manor, and Manor does bring it in for a first down. The safer option probably would have been to just Thompson to just scramble out there. But he does find Manor there for the score. This is going to be a carry to Hughes. Hughes takes it down to just the 2. Thompson takes the snap. Thompson's going to scramble up. That's going to be his second scramble touchdown of the game. Really able to utilize his legs here against this Duke defense early. And Tulane, kind of as expected, running away with this matchup so far. Already up 3 scores here in the first quarter. Can Duke get anything going on offense? And they do get a big completion there over to Jake Taylor for Malik Murphy. I believe that's his first completion of the game. As we get out of the first quarter with Tulane already up 3 scores. It's been a very good day for the offense. Duke has had a couple of rough possessions to start, including a Malik Murphy throwing a pick 6 that Chris Rogers read perfectly in the backfield. This is going to be a pass out and knocked away by Lewis. Murphy again here in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff. Tries to get out wide, and he does get out wide. Finally tackled down by a couple of players. That was Boyd on the sweep there. Duke with good blocking on that play. They've run the ball pretty well here. It's another good run for Boyd. He goes out of bounds. 2 carries, 33 yards. Sends his man in motion. It's a play action pass. Quincy, oh, that's Michael Lunge, excuse me. Coming off the side. Easily gets the sack there. It's a 2nd and 17. Just as Duke starts to get momentum, Murphy gets taken for a big sack. It's now a carry to the 3rd running back of the day. As that is Marquise Collins. 3rd and 15. Murphy in the shotgun, he takes the snap. He is going to get sacked again. That is Quincy Wiggins with his 2nd sack of the day and the season. After no sacks in week 1, Tulane already with 3 in this one. Duke out to attempt the field goal here with Polino. And he just kicks it straight. Does not get the push at all, and he misses. Tulane now comes out in an empty set. Thompson all by himself. Takes the snap. Gonna try to loft that to Manor, who catches it in stride. Tulane just has too much. They're not getting the pass rush. Thompson playing extremely well, maneuvering in the pocket. Wide receiver set. Hughes is back out there. Hughes gets the carry. Takes that for a gain of 5 through the traffic. As we now see Clayton Johnson out there again. Only ended up with 3 touches, or 4 touches, just 3 carries though last week. Against LSU, he gets brought down on that play. Anderson again on the stop. 3rd and 5. Thompson trying to get this third down conversion, takes the snap. Gets that over to Ilemanner, who does catch it, and it's going to go for a first down. They are force-feeding these two-star wide receivers as they should. Clayton Johnson is still out there with Thompson. And it's going to be a carry to Clayton Johnson. Tackled down at the 1. Second and goal. Thompson takes the snap. Tries to force a pass and it gets picked off. Third interception of the year for Thompson. I have got to do better. I mean, just no reason to force it. We run it right down their throats. Malik Murphy and the Duke offense starts off at the 8. Nice carry there for Bates. Gain of 9. This is going to be a read option. They go after Murphy, though, and Bates is able to take it to the outside for a first down. I can't believe I threw that interception for no reason. No reason to throw that ball. It's going to be another read option. This time he is tackled down by Elijah Kilgo, who had the biggest play of the game last week. It's a little weird. Yeah, Kilgo is a true freshman, 4-star guy that definitely looks like the future leader of this defense. This is a pass now out to the left, brought down. Sets up a 3rd and 7. That's a pass over the middle where Kilgo should have been. Tried to chase the underneath throw. Kilgo left his zone, and that left a void that Murphy was able to exploit. Another drop back to pass. Kilgo put in a bad spot on that play. Good completion there for Murphy. This is going to be a carry to Bates. Gets brought down. Heck of a tackle by Tillery. Bates would have been, that would have been a really nice run for Duke there. Now I have 2 guys in the backfield with Murphy. And it is going to be a carry for Bates. Bates maneuvering very well through the defense. Eventually brought down by Altus Smith and Quincy Wiggins. It's going to be a deep handoff. Quincy Wiggins gets the tackle in the backfield, though. Murphy drops back to pass it again. Does get it off. Brought down by Wiggins and Rogers. That completion goes to Hasley, I believe. Yes. 3rd and 8. He's going to, eventually Murphy does decide to throw that one away. That was about to be another large sack there. Polito back out again to attempt the field goal, trying to get Duke on the board. The kick is up. This one is good. 21-3 now. Duke able to get 3 points off of the Ty Thompson interception for no reason in the end zone, just because I'm trying to get Ilemanner a touchdown. Lewis takes it up, gets brought down at the 17. Just over 3 minutes left here in this first half. Thompson takes the snap. I'm going to try to just dump that one off, and that one's going to be intercepted. Taken for a pick 6, Wesley Williams. Back-to-back plays for the Tulane offense have ended in interceptions. This one taken for a score. What was a bloodbath of the first quarter has been not so much here in the second. Thompson has thrown 4 interceptions on the year, and all 4 of them have been my fault. Green back to take this one. I am doing him such a disservice. All right. 4 wide receivers set here. Thompson takes the snap. It's a wide receiver screen. Mario Williams able to take that for a gain of 9. All right, let's get back going here. Thompson now out here in a 2nd and 1. Takes the snap. This is also going to go to Mario Williams. Another completion. Mario Williams had an excellent first half, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Tulane up 21-10, but a couple of interceptions have really allowed Duke to get back into this one. Thompson takes the snap. He's going to get hit again. Thankfully, this one does not get intercepted. Four wide set. Clayton Johnson out there with Thompson. He takes it. They get the screen off to Clayton Johnson, who gets blocking. Able to take that one for a first down. Thompson back to take the snap. Allows Mario Williams to work under the defense there. Another catch for him. Mario Williams having a big day here. Thompson takes the snap. Gets that throw over to I Manor. Heck of a throw and a catch. Threw that one down low to protect him. I Manor's able to make the play. Thompson takes the snap. He's going to try to throw this one over to Preston. That one's knocked away on a heck of a play there for Kenzie Paul. Try to set up the slot fade. Second and 10, minute 20 left in the first half. Tulane still has all 3 timeouts. Mario Williams in motion. He takes the jet pass, up for a gain of 6. Empty set. Ty Thompson takes it. Going to get this to Ballman. Ballman is not going to catch the ball through traffic. He's just not going to. Ballman has had that exact ball knocked away from him a ton. As the field goal is up and good, Tulane able to increase their lead, 24-10 now. Russo takes that for a touchback. So Duke has put together a couple of decent drives here. This is going to be a pass out to the left. Lewis on the tackle. 4 wide receiver set here for Murphy. Bates in the backfield with him. It's going to be a play action. He throws that right to Chris Rogers, who drops this one. Could have been Rogers' 2nd interception of the day. Murphy threw that right at him. A poor decision. Duke gets away with it, though. They're able to dump this one out. That is a completion. Nice little spin move there. Takes that pass to 45. That is Spencer Jones on the catch. That's going to be an excellent throw. Able to find Boyd, the running back out there playing wide receiver, just runs a post over the middle. Murphy with a hell of a throw there against the cover 2. This is a pass out. Jones able to make the catch through the hit from Magruder. Duke decides to call a timeout here. 19 seconds left in this first half. Duke trying to claw their way back in this one again. It's a pass over to Boyd, who gets turned upside down but falls into the end zone. Duke has had a heck of a second quarter thanks to 2 interceptions, one taken back for a pick 6, and that offensive drive. The kick is up and it is good. 24-17. Duke was getting beat 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Preen back to take the kick. Able to make a couple of guys miss there. Good return. 12 seconds left.
On the set. Gorilla. Moves.
Thompson, empty set, takes the snap. He's going to try to get this one over to Mario Williams, who's got a step and catches it down. Oh, it just knocked out. Oh, I thought he caught that. Let's take a look at the replay. I really thought he caught that one. No, it got knocked away. Okay, that's what made me think it kind of was bouncing around there. What made me think it might have been a catch. Thompson now in the empty set, takes the snap. He's going to get this one to Iomanner, who's able to get it up the field. They do get a timeout with 1 second left. At the 43, this would be a 60-yard field goal. I don't think he can make that.
Let's go.
Thompson. He might have his man. Oh, Manor. It's a touchdown on the last play of the first half. The safety on that side came crashing down, and Iomanner with his first touchdown as a green wave. Excellent throw from Thompson. The safety on that side jumped down for some reason. Thompson just barely gets the ball to him before the other safety made it over. It's a 3-touchdown first half for Thompson. 2 of them on the ground. And Tulane scores a touchdown there with 12 seconds left in the first half. Iomanner with a 7-catch, 153-yard, and a touchdown first half. Mario Williams has certainly got to be somewhere in that range again. I'm going to take a pee. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I am back. Let's take a look. So big first half. Obviously, the 2 interceptions really suck, but Thompson's been good. We haven't run the ball a whole lot or very well. That'll be a focus of the second half. Mario's having a good day, and Iomanner's already had a fantastic outing. Okay. Tulane up 31-17, able to score there on the last play of the first half on a deep shot to Iomanner. Russo keeps taking these kicks out when he needs to take them for touchbacks. Duke starts at the 12. Malik Murphy, 3 wide set. Sends his man in motion again. And that ball is again pick 6. You're not going to throw the swing passes over to Rogers. His second pick 6 of the day on the exact same play. Hyman's kick is up and it is good. 38-17. Tulane quickly in the lead, or quickly extending their lead. Rogers has 2 pick 6 literally on the exact same play. But I've been aggressive trying to defend that. But if they throw like a slant over the top of that, then all of a sudden it's a gigantic gain because they're taking the only guy in the middle of the field. That is a carry to Boyd. Gain of 6. Duke has ran the ball pretty well in this game. But when Murphy has dropped back to pass, it has been a lot of negatives there as Quincy Wiggins takes him down in the backfield. Loss of a couple, sets up a 3rd and 8. Wiggins was such a big pickup. He has had an outstanding second game here. That's going to be just a throw over, and it is dropped by Stinson. Duke's going to have to punt it away. Pretty solid punt there. Lewis will take that for a fair catch. Tulane had a big passing first half. They're going to start off the second half with a run to Hughes. Takes that for a gain of 7. Clayton Johnson now out there. It's a 4 wide receiver set. Thompson takes it, hands it off to Clayton. Number 65, block somebody. Help me make a decision. Clayton Johnson there with a nice run. Does get the first down. Hughes now back out there. It's a double stack wide receiver look. This is going to be a run to Hughes. He gets shut down again by Anderson. Anderson's made a couple of really nice plays today. 2nd and 12. Thompson takes the snap. Io Manor, 8th catch of the day. Picks that up, makes it a 3rd and 5. Thompson, 3rd and 5. He takes the shotgun snap. Thompson's going to scramble up. He's going to slide down after the first down. Thompson's really utilized his legs well today for the most part. So carry out to Hughes, able to get up the field there, a gain of 8 for the junior. Again, he was the running back of the year last year. Thompson, Hughes in motion. That ball almost intercepted.
On the set.
3rd and 4. Thompson. And a 3 wide receiver set. He takes the snap. Oh no. Pressed the wrong button. Preston, what a catch for a touchdown. On a pass that should have never been. What a catch. A pass that should have never been. Look at that catch. Holy cow. That's a thumbnail. Yeah, that's that's wild. I don't know what I want to like. Do it like what's down here. I need to back it up just a little bit. What a play from Preston. Definitely got away with one there. Hyman's kick is up and it's good, 45-17. Tulane. This third quarter has started off a whole lot like the first quarter did. He is brought down on that one. That is Stinson that time on the return. First and 10. Murphy at his own 19. It's a quick RPO. Boyd quickly brought down. They're using Boyd a lot as a wide receiver as well. Definitely trying to get the ball to him in a bunch of different ways. Caught a really nice post play earlier in the game. This is a carry to Bates. Shut down officially by Lunds and Mekhi Williams. 3rd and 8. See if Murphy can convert this 3rd down. Has to throw it away. Unfortunately for him, the pressure came from the left side the same way that all the routes were working. So as he's having to scramble to his right, only option you really have is to either try to scramble for it or to just throw it away, and he opts to throw it away. 45-17. Lead for Tulane as they are back out on offense, and it's a 2 tight end set. Gunter and Ballman in. It's going to be a carry to Hughes. Gets good blocking on that play. Takes him for a gain of 7. Don't see the pistol look a whole lot. And then they come out with a pistol look again. It's a running back power. Hughes takes it up the field for a gain of a couple. Now less than 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Tulane has at least appears like they have pulled away in this one, but trying to make sure they don't make any crucial mistakes. Again now with the 2 tight end set, this time out of the shotgun. Mario Williams gets sent in motion. It's the jet pass again. Can he get around the defender? He does not. Tackle for just a gain of 3 there. That was the play that Williams scored the game-winning touchdown against LSU last week. They've used it several times to great effect. It's now back out to a 3 wide receiver set. Thompson takes the snap. It's a screen pass to Almanor. It's a little bit of blocking, makes it a 3rd and 2. These 2 wide receivers are problems. Hughes is now out there in that double stack set. It is going to be a run to Hughes. Able to wiggle through and gets the 1st down. Tulane running a lot of clock on this drive. Shady Clayton Johnson now on a 4 wide receiver set. Clayton Johnson gets the ball. It's brought down for a short gain there. Or a gain of nothing, technically. Thompson takes the snap, ends up just cutting it up the field, tries to slide down, but takes that for a 9-yard carry. 3rd and 1. It's going to be a draw. Clayton Johnson able to take that for a 1st down. Now a 2 tight end set again. Hughes in the backfield with Thompson. And it is a carry to Hughes, who's able to bounce this one outside, gets up the field, wiggles back inside. Hughes is still running. Takes it inside the 10. Hughes working magical angles there on the last play of the 3rd quarter. Tulane up 45-17 as we head into the 4th, looking to score again here. Thompson in the empty set. He takes the snap. Rolls out immediately. What am I doing? What am I doing? I thought the guy was coming up. He did not, and I just thrown another interception just because I'm trying to get Thompson's touchdown interception ratio better, and then I still throw that. League Murphy with a pass out to Russo there for the first down. I just don't know what I'm doing. Just run the ball. Just run the ball when you get close. Who cares about stats? Alton Smith makes a tackle on that play. On the pass to Collins. I didn't notice they took Murphy out. It's a pass out again to Collins, taken for just a gain of 1. As Grayson Loftus has come into the game here for Duke. This is a nice pass out to Bulliard. Tulane keeping their starting defense out there for now. Be the last possession for the starters. That's a pass down the field, knocked away. Nice play by Smith. I cannot believe I threw that interception. I'm killing Thompson's stats for the year. Yeah, we'll put in the backups. I'm actually going to put in the freshman instead of Ibieta. Just take a look at Jennings, redshirt freshman. We got some really good quarterbacks coming in, it looks like, in this class, but let's take a look. This point in time, I might just have to leave Ballman in as a starter. So yeah, excellent day for my top 2 wide receivers there. Williams and Iron Manor. We'll just leave. Actually, we'll put Myrtle in as a starter there. Take him out. Take him out. Take him out. Take him out. Put him in. Actually, we'll play Batista, the transfer I got in. Olsen there. I know sometimes it'll do this stuff like itself, but it's not always super fast at doing it. I do still want Kilgo to get some snaps. Washington, a freshman, will get him involved. Put Magruder out there. Ivory will keep Lewis at the 3. Jack T. Get Despani some action. Sometimes they do it automatically for you, but then I feel like sometimes they do not. And I do not want to get any of these guys hurt. Put Preem in the slot. Yeah, definitely still want to be using Kilgo out there. Yep. Yeah. So we'll get a look at a true freshman, our redshirt freshman, Zachary Jennings. Again, don't really know what the kind of future entails. If we get some of these quarterback guys that right now we're having success recruiting, then even Sampson that we got in this past recruiting class might end up kind of just being more of bench fodder. That's a good carry there for Barnes. But I have played with Sampson in practice, and I do like his skill set. Doesn't have a big arm, but you know, so I wouldn't be able to push the ball down the field a lot, but I think he's usable otherwise. And yeah, Jennings is a solid athlete. Doesn't have the best arm. Still working on his accuracy. This is another good carry for Barnes. I do think at worst he would be a really solid like backup plan, a guy that I would feel comfortable, you know, if I did had to have him start a couple of games. I think he would limit what we could do offensively consistently, but Jennings takes the snap. It's a nice handoff. Barnes again. Barnes. This Duke backup defense is a lot of freshmen. So really not surprising to be having this much success if Clayton Johnson does come out here. I don't have but so many running backs. I'm trying to make sure I keep my freshman guys redshirted. Clayton Johnson now out there again. It's another carry for him. Sets up a 3rd and 4. Oh, we got Barnes coming back out there. It's a 4 wide set. Do they throw it with Jennings? They do not. They just hand it off to Barnes. He gets tackled down. Tulane will have to kick a field goal here. We're able to take some time off the clock. Tyman's kick is up, and it is good. That is going to make it a 48-17 lead for Tulane. Duke they are really struggling in this series to get wins. Even while having a pretty decent starting quarterback. Set up the screen. Brought down quickly. Loftus has looked okay. He's thrown every pass to the right side short, but it's looked okay. Loftus now takes the snap. Gets that over for Russo on the catch. Second catch of the day for him. Both of them have been for first downs. Oh, Mekhi Williams should have picked that off. I do like how the freshmen that come in, a lot of them will do that like jersey look that Russo's got. It just gives, it may happen a little too much, but it does give some variety of looks that we have. I have a guy in the Georgia Dynasty that is doing that. I don't think anybody in this recruit class is doing it for Tulane this year, at least not that I've noticed. I'm sure we'll see a couple of guys do that next year. Set up a little screen there again. Gain of 4. Under 2.5 minutes left in this one. Set up another screen. Tackled down by Williams, but it is a first down. He's thrown 11 passes and gotten 57 yards. I mean, everything he's thrown has been, a couple of decent passes out to Russo for sure. Everything else has been just like screen passes essentially. A couple of slants and hitches, maybe two or three of the 11. Loftus back to take another snap. Does throw a curl here. There's a flag on the play. Is that going to be Joseph on a roughing the passer? And it is. Okay. Duke might get on the scoreboard here again. Does find the tight end there. Gain of 9. Drolette being used now. Great whip route from the tight end there. As Boyard takes that in for a touchdown. Really nice whip route, actually. So Loftus able to lead a drive down the field. No runs, all passes. Tulane's second string defense unable to stop Duke's second string offense. Oops. They're going to go for the onside kick here. That one is recovered by Tulane. So I'm just going to run it to see if they decide to call any timeouts, which I'm not expecting them to. But they did go for an onside kick when I wouldn't overly expect them to. It's a carry to Barnes. They do not call timeout. So we will take a knee. Tulane's going to come away with a 48-24 victory. Largely impressive win. 2 pick sixes for Chris Rogers. I made 2 really bad pass decisions on interceptions that are what ended up being interceptions literally in the end zone. And they did have one where I probably held on to the ball too long. One time on Thompson, he got hit, fell right into the lap of the defensive tackle, taken back for a score. So I've got to clean that up. It's kind of crazy as I'm playing these Georgia and Tulane dynasties simultaneously. I've been really clean in the Georgia dynasty with a playbook that I'm more comfortable with and feel better in, but I'm wanting the series to be different in the schemes that I use. This is much heavier RPO, that kind of situation, nothing like under center. The offense is still similar. But anyway, so I've been really clean in that game, or in that dynasty so far to start year 2. To start year 2 in Tulane, I've been horrible so far, making decisions. But we'll take a look at the stats. Ty Thompson, 24 of 33, 323 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, had 2 rushing touchdowns, did throw 3 interceptions. Again, 2 of them are completely my fault. Hughes, 15 carries, 69 yards. Hasn't gotten he's been good, don't get me wrong, but haven't gotten as much run blocking as I kind of would have assumed we'd have gotten this year, especially in this game. Clayton Johnson was solid. Barnes was good there at the end. Thompson had a couple of really nice scrambles and got 2 scores. Jennings just took 2 kneel downs. Io Manor, 9 catches, 167 yards, and a score. So he has had 2 massive games. Mario Williams, 9 for 94, is still making a big impact. Preston, 2 for 22 and a score. Clayton Johnson, 2 for 23. Hughes, 2 for 17. So the offense, at least for this year, is definitely being funneled through these 2 guys. Like, I think y'all can tell that. Those have been the guys that I'm focusing really the entire offense around, to be honest. I mean, you got the really excellent all-around, big body, great hand wide receiver in Io Manor, and you got the speedster in Williams that I like to cook different things up with. So Preston will still obviously be involved, but, even last year it was largely like a 3-person, like at most, passing offense. Just kind of the way this series is working out, at least for now. No sacks allowed. Thought the offensive line played well. Could have done a little bit better maybe in the run blocking at times. Quincy Wiggins, the transfer from Colorado here, as we take a look at the defense, had his first monster game, a 10-tackle, 4 tackle for loss, 2-sack outing. Kilgo continues to impress, 8 tackles in this one, 5 for Magruder. We'll just kind of take a glance down. Tillery, 4 tackles and a tackle for loss. Lunge, 3 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a sack. Williams with a tackle for loss as well. So the 3 sacks go to Lunge and Wiggins. Chris Rogers, 2 interceptions, both of them for touchdowns on 2 swing passes that they tried to get passes, 4 tackles, not otherwise. He was really good. Almost for sure National Defensive Player of the Week. Murphy, 11 for 18, 125 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. I thought he was just okay. Loftus was solid, just a kind of a dump-off fiend for sure. Malik made a couple of really bad decisions. But they ran the ball okay. Bates had a couple of bad carries in the second half that really, hurt his overall average. Boyd, I really like what Boyd brings to this offense. I think if I do happen to get a guy with a similar skill set to him, maybe trying to utilize like a guy like Boyd who played a lot of wide receiver for them too in this game. Had a good day on the ground when he got carries, but made a big impact, in the receiving game, literally playing out at wide receiver. 5 catches, 68 yards, and a score. He's their leading receiver in this game as a running back, taking snaps out wide. So that was impressive. Collins, 5 catches, 15 yards. He came in there with Loftus in the fourth quarter and got a bunch of dump offs and screens. Bolyard found the end zone there at the end. Good day for him. Kiki Russo, definitely excited to maybe if we play them down the line to see how he progresses because he's a good athlete. Just very raw. Jake Taylor 2 for 33. Smitcher Jones 2 for 20. Drollett 1 for 10. Hashley 1 for 4. Stinson had a drop. Who's the other? Their main tight end didn't get anything. Oh, Hashley is their number 1. Sorry. Blocking, they did okay. I thought they didn't, maybe not excellent run blocking the whole time, but Murphy definitely had time to throw majority of the time, I would say. Their leading tackler was Deshaun Stone at free safety. Nick Morris with a 9-tackle game. David Anderson here had a really good day. Really shut down that double stack RPO screen look that I like to throw out there. Shut that down a couple of times. 8 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. Kamari Robinson, 6 tackles, a tackle for loss. Freeman, 6 tackles and a tackle for loss. That's it for them on that. No sacks. 3 interceptions. Wesley Williams was the one that took it in for a pick 6. Kendall Johnson got one of the ones in the end zone, and Freeman got the other one of the ones in the end zone. So the interceptions are obviously disappointing, but otherwise very happy with the way the team played against a Blue Devil team that we are clearly better than. So outside of really of a second quarter and just me making mistakes, I mean, we played very well. Let's see, I'm hoping to maybe get a couple of commits. We got some guys that are high up on the interest meter. Let's see. Nope, did not have anybody. Okay. Recruiting is going, what just happened? What did we lose there? We're up to an A- on championship contenders, so that's good. I lost somebody here on the. Okay, so my play style for Luna dropped. So somebody that we're still. Okay, I don't know if I can still recruit him or not. Then I'm guessing not. I haven't had that happen. We just come off a 3-sack performance after leading the country in sacks last year, and now I'm okay. We'll see. I'll leave him on the board because we were the favorite at least. So we'll see if I can maybe get back into that. Chris Rogers, Conference Defensive Player of the Week, of course, and the National Defensive Player of the Week, of course. Definitely figured that would be as we're going to take on Ole Miss the next time that we hop in here. We don't have anybody. Look at Caden Durham, off to a great start. Is now in the top 5 for the Heisman. So yeah, I'll take a look at recruiting. I'll do that off screen. Let's take a look at the top 25, and then I'll show you guys the season stats, and then we'll hop out of here. So we had Oregon barely beat Oregon State. Michigan thumps Central Michigan. Kentucky over Eastern Michigan. Virginia Tech over Old Dominion. Miami over USF. Always good to see the Bulls lose. I still have some payback to give them whenever I can. Wisconsin over Alabama in an upset there in Tuscaloosa. Had Kansas State over TCU. A&M big over Hawaii. Us. Had USC up to 4-0 with a win over Illinois. UTSA over FCS East. Georgia big over UCLA. Impressive road victory there. Oklahoma survives on the road against Temple. BYU goes to South Carolina and upsets the Gamecocks, who are now at 0-2 on the season. They were really good last year. Made the college football playoff. Notre Dame over Boston College. Utah over Wyoming. Indiana up to number 5 in the country. They're 3-0, and they beat Charlotte by 3 points at home. I definitely think Indiana is fraudulent. I think that as they get into conference play, that is going to show. But nonetheless, they are ranked where they're ranked right now. And Clemson wins 42-24. I am definitely doing a disservice to Ty Thompson's stat line right now. The passing yards have been outstanding. 3 touchdowns. He's got a couple of rushing scores as well, but throwing 5 interceptions after I threw a bunch of them with him last year. That's something I've got to get under control for sure. Hughes has not been, well, I guess I was going to say it hasn't been as good as last year, but this is the way last year started as well. He didn't really pick things up in a major way until we got into conference play. But he's being hurt a little bit because I'm not using him as much in the passing game as well, as it's funneling through my 2 wide receivers. But I'm expecting we'll be fine in the run game for sure. Clayton Johnson's off to a very, very slow start after an outstanding campaign last year. Arnold Barnes just got in that pass game, and Ty Thompson with the 2 rushing scores. Io Manor, 19 catches, 365 yards. He is over at the halfway point through 2 games with us of what he did in the entire season for Stanford in 2024. He came over here because of our playing style. That's why he left Stanford. I would assume he's very happy with us. Mario Williams continues to be an impact player. Is having a really good year. Obviously, with how well Io Manor's played, it's been a fairly significant drop off for Mario so far. But I'm sure he will have a couple of games like Io Manor has had. Hughes has been good. Preston been quiet, but did find the end zone. And yeah, not a whole bunch of other people getting targets there. Gogo leading the team in tackles. Again, has the biggest play of the season, so far. Wiggins with an excellent performance there. Stat line's looking good. Rogers has looked good with 2 pick sixes. Tackle for loss, the leader is Wiggins. Sacks, the leader is Wiggins. We've had just 3 on the season. But yeah, next time I see you guys, we're going to take a trip to Oxford to take on the Ole Miss Rebels. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. Check out my Georgia Dynasty that we also got rolling on the channel. And until next time, thank you so much for tuning in.